Hi everyone, Adam here, and this is what I watched for September of this year. Just a quick overviews of either first-time watches or things that I saw at the cinema. Alright, so let's get started. On the 5th of September, I watched The Conjuring Last Rites, and the synopsis is paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren take on one last terrifying case involving mysterious entities they must confront. The fourth and final, so-called final in the franchise. Um, it's all right. Slightly better than the third one, but I don't think it's good as the first two. But still, Vera Farmiga. I'm still not sure how to pronounce her name. Patrick Wilson still do a good job, but I found it kind of average. Yeah, so not the worst, but they say it's last, but it's still being left open for a spin-off, so that could happen. Yeah, I just found this one to be okay. On the 12th, I watched The Long Walk. The synopsis is: the task is simple: walk or die in a dystopian alternate America ruled by a totalitarian regime. 50 teenage boys take part in a deadly annual walking contest, forced to maintain a minimum pace or be executed until only one survivor remains. I found this to be really good, actually. The young actors did a good job. Mark Hamill as a major, I thought it was a little bit heavy, but it kind of suited his character. It's always interesting to see Mark Hamill as a bad guy, or a live-action bad guy. No, he does the voice of the Joker. Yeah, I mean, it's based on the Stephen King book, which I did read years ago. I don't really remember it too well. I think it stays pretty faithful to the novel, but I'm sure there's some things that have changed because it is an adaptation. But I really did like this. I thought it was well done. I thought the acting, especially by the young cast, the young boys, was top notch. And it was well made. And the thing is, they don't hold back from the violence. They actually show how violent this place is. So yeah, it's a good watch, actually. Okay, on the 21st, I watched the 1990s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original live action. This was at a revival cinema here called the Astor. I've got to say, I hadn't seen this in a while. It's still a fun movie. Some of the things would go over the heads of young kids. There's a reference to Moonlight, and if you're of my generation, you'd remember that show. Kids won't. But it was fun to revisit. Anyway, here's a synopsis. Hey dude, this is no cartoon. A quartet of humanoid turtles trained by their mentor in ninjutsu must learn to work together to face the menace of Shredder and the Foot Clan. Yeah, of course, this is it's oh so 90s, but it's also still kind of awesome. The animatronics still look pretty good. There's kind of something a bit more real than the Michael Bay produced movies from a few years back. I mean they don't look real, but and you know what, the fight scenes are well done. I mean, it's not really too much blood or anything, but I remember when it came out originally, there was a bit of an outrage over how violent the movie is. It's not that violent, really, but yeah, but I still think it's still a fun movie. Um, Worth revisiting if you haven't seen it in a while, I'd say. On the 26th, I watched The Strangers Chapter 2. Um, of course, it's a continuation of The Strangers Chapter 1. obviously, but here's a synopsis. Survival was just beginning when the strangers learned that one of the victims, Maya, is still alive. They return to finish what they started. Kind of wish they hadn't. I'll give it this. It's slightly better than the first one. At least it doesn't. The first one was kind of a bit of a copy of the original, but this one at least does its own thing with it. Continuing straight after the original with Maya recovering and then the strangers trying to find her in the hospital and she has to escape. It's just not very interesting, to be honest. It is a well-made movie, but I thought the lead actress, Madeline Petsich, I think is how you say her name, does a good job. I just hope to see her in something better. And it's a shame because this movie's directed by Rennie Harlan, done who's done some pretty decent movies. It's just pretty average, to be honest. But the nicest thing I can say about this one, it's slightly better than the first one. Let's see chapter 3. Yeah, I will, even though I haven't liked the first two. I'm just going to see how it ends. And on the 28th, I watched Spinal Tap 2, The End Continues. What comes after 11? We're about to find out. The now estranged bandmates of Spinal Tap are forced to reunite for one final concert, hoping it will solidify their place in the pantheon of rock and roll. Yeah, I didn't mind this actually. I did find it funny. It was interesting to see what the band is up to after all those years. Cameos from a few musicians as well. And there are some funny moments. And of course, they're on the lookout for a new drummer. It's a running joke they had in the first movie. Yeah, I really like there was a newcomer. The new drummer was played by Valerie Franco. I thought she did a really good job. It's funny to see the actors slip back into their roles after many years. So obviously it's like the first one. It's a mockumentary, but it does have its moments. Okay, so that's going to wrap it up for what I watched in September. Let us know, have you seen any of these and what did you think? Like, comment, subscribe. I'm Adam and I'll see you again soon.